Welcome to the Long Road, Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel, flying solo today, and what I'm doing today is I'm going to kind of give you an update on where my running is, where my training plans are going, because I've got some very important races coming up in the next few months. Really in October, I've got a very special one coming up, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Then in January, I've got another one coming up that I've been looking forward to for a while, but really excited about what's coming up in the latter part of the year. I'm doing the Watermelon 5K up in Winter Park on July the 4th, and I'll probably do the Turkey Trot again up in Oviedo as well on Thanksgiving Day. So kind of got some of those sprinkled in, but my training plan for my next race did start today. I went out and did a 3-mile recovery run, and we're gonna do some definitions for you too as we go along today as well. But just want to kind of give you an update of kind of where I am, and I am training now starting today for the Chicago Marathon. I time qualified for it. I was very proud of that. First time I've ever time qualified for a race that you can't just get into. Back in the old days when I first signed up for the Chicago Marathon, I was able to just go on, register, and do it. Now it's so popular, and all the races are so popular now, you have to either have a time qualifier, or you have to get in a lottery, or you have to sign up with a charity. So thinking about Chicago, it was my very first marathon 10 years ago. That was my very first marathon 10 years ago, and we're going back to the scene of the crime this year, and looking to better my time. My time was 4 hours and 44 minutes when I set a goal for 4 hours and 30 minutes. So I felt pretty good about that since it was my first marathon. I was only 2 years into running, and really felt good about felt good about the experience up there. And so as we're going back, I'm not really going to have a specific time goal other than just to beat my time from 10 years ago, which is 4 hours and 44 minutes. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at a very hard training plan because, like I said, I'm not going for a Boston qualifying time, which I already did back in February at Celebration. But I'm just looking to go up there and have a good time, enjoy the race, enjoy the moments. Going back to where I completed my first marathon 10 years ago. So thinking about that, I've been going back and forth on a training plan. Chicago has a training plan that goes along with the Nike Plus Run app that I have, the Nike Run Club app that I have. And I looked at it, and some of it I wasn't really satisfied with. Like today would have been a 10-minute recovery run. Now, if you know me, I can't go out and just run 10 minutes. It's like eating a Lay's potato chip, but you can't stop with just one. I can't stop with just 10 minutes. And so I'm going to kind of do an amalgamation of that plan, because I like some of the guided runs that are on the app, and I'm going to use that. Plus, I'm going to use my own, use my own intuition, information I've gathered along the way, and going to kind of form my own plan, like I did for Celebration. Just kind of adapt it to me, and not just follow something just because it's a good plan. So you'll be hearing some more of that coming up in the days ahead. I'll do a video next month kind of chronicling my training plan up until that time, and then kind of lay out the rest of the plan, because for the first time, not for the first time in forever, but the first time, I've never seen Frozen, but I threw a Frozen reference in there.
You heard music.
Yeah. But anyway, Chrissy's over there throwing in comments. Thanks. Anyway, in case you didn't hear that. But for the first time, I've got almost I'd say back-to-back marathons. It's not like it's going to be marathon in October and then another one in November or December, but I do have the Chicago in October, and then I'm running the Dopey Challenge at the Walt Disney World Resort in January. So the Dopey Challenge is a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and a full marathon, all on consecutive days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that'll be coming up 3 months after Chicago, almost 3 months to the day after Chicago. So I'm going from one training block to another. hopefully take a week off, just kind of gather myself, get my legs back under me, and then get back to it, get back to that training and kind of get where I want to go. As far as health-wise goes, since I ran Celebration, I haven't really been as dedicated to training as I have been, and kind of put on a little weight, you might say. When I weighed on Sunday, my base weight is 179 and right now, and I want to be somewhere around 168 or less when we get to Chicago, and so I'm working on that. Not really changing diet because we don't demonize food, but cutting out a few things that I don't need ice cream every day. And if you know where I work, I would probably eat ice cream every day. But anyway, so I'm going to try to drop a few pounds along the way, and I'll keep you updated on that as we go along too, kind of tell you where that is as far as my goals go. And just trying to get back into running shape, marathon shape, if you will, and get to where I feel like I'm really in a good spot. So think about those things. I'm really happy with kind of where things are going, kind of where my goals are. I'll know in September whether or not I qualify for Boston. So I could be doing Chicago, which will be my 8th marathon in October, which I will be doing that. I'll be doing the Dopey Challenge, which includes the Walt Disney World Marathon in January, which is 3 months after Chicago. And if my qualifying time is good enough to qualify me for the Boston Marathon, I'll be doing that one the next April. So February, March, April. So another 3 months after Disney World, the Dopey Challenge, I'll be hopefully doing another marathon in Boston, and that'll be 3 of the marathon majors, and all 3 that are on American soil. So I've done Chicago, I've done New York, and hopefully I'll get to do Boston next April. So be thinking about that. There'll be a video coming up in September, me chronicling my road there, and just to tell you all if I actually made it, and I hope my time is good enough. Fingers crossed. Here we go. So with that in mind, that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as training plans and races that are coming up. And drop me a comment below and let me know what if you got any races coming up, if you're walking, what your strength training plans are. Just kind of let me know where you are as far as your physical goals go, your fitness goals. I'd really love to know that. Also, I'm looking for to do an awesome playlist for Chicago. So if you want to drop me some music comments below, I'd love to use your suggestions to make a playlist for Chicago. I've got tons of music I can choose from, but if you have any suggestions that I'm not thinking of, then I'd love to do that and love to incorporate some of your suggestions into my playlist as I go to Chicago. And I'll be revealing my playlist probably sometime in early September, middle of September. So be thinking about that. Drop me that comment below and tell me some music you'd like me to listen to on my training runs and as I'm doing the Chicago Marathon in October. So I think that's going to do it. I think that's all I wanted to say today. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for updates when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on the weekends, sometimes in between. Just kind of never know when we're going to drop one in there. But I think that's going to do it today for the Long Run, Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel, flying solo today. And don't forget it's the long run. Give yourself a little grace.